What's up, everybody, and welcome to Claremont Loop Hike Review. Today we're going to be talking about Claremont Loop that's in the Claremont Wilderness. First, we're going to start off the video with the view of how to get up into the place, how to park, what it costs, and then some of the signs that are in the beginning so you can see a little bit about the regulations and the dangers and everything else. And then we'll get into the hike. We'll show the views of the hike, how steep it is, what it looks like. And then at the end, we will post a little map and a little video I have of the progress and the trail that I took. So I hope you guys enjoy the loop and the review, and please like and subscribe if you like it, and there'll be more reviews of more hikes in the future. Okay, to start the review, we're going to be heading up north on Mills Street. So we're heading up north here, and when you come to this stop sign, you are going to see a parking lot to the right. Now, this is the second parking lot. You can park here, or you can go up a little bit more and park in the first parking lot. People sometimes park in that second parking lot when the first parking lot gets filled. But there are two parking lots that you could park at. You could park at that one that we just passed, or you can keep heading up north here. And as you keep heading up north, there will be one to the left right next to the entry gate. And that's where I usually park when you get there early. But later on, around 7, 8 o'clock, depending on the season, it gets really busy right here. So I'm here early to get a parking spot, but this definitely gets busy where there's a line. So that's why that second parking lot is over there. Now you just pull in this gate here and you find a parking. I was here early, so luckily I found a parking really quick right here, and we parked here. So after you park, you're going to have to pay, right? So you get out and you go to this little machine, which is right there. You'll see it, and you pay. Right now, you put in your space number. See, you put in your space number there, and then you put $9 to park for 4 hours or $10 to park for 6 hours, which it only takes about a 2-hour hike. So I would just pay the $9 for 4 hours. And then you get this little slip and you take it over and put it on the dash of your car so the rangers can see it. There are rangers on the premise, and they will check and give you a ticket if you don't have a parking. I've never got a ticket. I've never seen anyone. But as you go through, you can walk in, and you're walking towards the gate. If you see to the left there's a little bar where you can stretch out your leg, but there's also some bathrooms here right there. See, there's some bathrooms where you can go to the bathroom, and there's also a place where you can lock up your bikes there on a little bike rack. So you can go to the bathroom and relieve yourself before you go on this 2-hour hike normally, or 3 hours depending on how fast you are. Now you can see some signs here. Let's go through the signs. Park closes gates locked at 5 p.m. That's when it gets dark. They change that in the summer, but they have the hours there, and they also have this sign here that shows what is acceptable, like no weapons and stuff like that on that sign. You could pause it, go back and look at those signs if you really want to see exactly what they say. But there's some signs, and now there's this little building here, this little thing here, and there's some more signs that you can look at, right? So let's look at these signs here. There we go. We got what kind of animals are out here. You can pause this and look at anything you want to look at. There's black bears and mountain lions and snakes. And there's this big old spider there, which is kind of scary. But then you could also take pictures of those for helpful park resources. You could, again, pause it if you want to look at it. There's some park regulations: keep dogs on leash, no smoking, no fires, stuff like that. Be aware of the wildlife. And you could just pause that if you want to see it. No alcohol, no camping. And then there's this map here of the loop. So you'll see the loop there. There shows like where the bathrooms are. There are a couple bathrooms there, even though in the video I said there's not no bathrooms. There's a couple bathrooms along the way. Take a photo of the map, and there's the park hours in the different months of the year. Minimum fine $100 for parking. And then it shows the fire danger. Today there was a high fire danger. Sometimes they'll close the park if the fire danger is too high. And it says share the trails, and it shows some of the plants that are out there. You could look at that as well. So now we're getting on the trail. We just started right after that signs. After those signs, we just started. This is the very beginning of it. We just start walking through here. There's a little tiny stream here right now. Sometimes after it rains a lot, this stream becomes a little bit bigger. Sometimes when it's in a drought, there's nothing here at all. There's a little bit, a tiny bit of water here, nothing much, but that's when you first start. So now we start walking. Oh yeah, and you don't go that way. I don't even know what that trail is. There's a couple split offs on this trail. I don't know what that is, but you just keep going straight when you first walk in over that little stream area. Just walk straight. Now we're going to go up to this sign too. Another sign. It says caution, warning. Watch for these signs of life. It kind of tells you what to do. So there's some bears, there could be a deer, and there could be some mountain lions. So now as you go a little bit further, there's going to be a split here. This is the front and the back side of the loop. This is where it loops all the way around. You could go to the left there, or you can go to the right. The left side is actually, I think, the way you're supposed to go, but I always go to the right. And you know, you have these mile markers and it counts down if you go to the right, counts up if you go to the left. You could pick either way you want to go. It loops around, so that's where you end at as well. I picked the right, and that's the way I go. So now as we're going up, after we make that right, we keep going up. And this is the very beginning. It's a nice early morning. It's nice and peaceful. There's nobody really out. There's a nice little area right here, a little valley, little trees. Sometimes you'll see some deer there. I've seen a deer there before, only one time. And I've been on this trail quite a bit of times. But that's cool when you can see some deer. And as you keep walking here, you're just walking up. So you're basically in like a ridge of the mountain here. That's why it's really shady here. You're in the ridge and you're going up. You'll see it at the very end, what I'm talking about. Now there's these mile markers here, 4.5 miles. See, that's a 5-mile loop. So this is what I was saying. They're going backwards. I already went a half mile in. So now it's counting down, right? And as you go up, before you start ascending up, there is a little bench here where you could sit down and rest a little bit. This is when it starts going up here. And you're starting to go on the top around the mountain, out of the ridge, and kind of climbing up the little hill there. There's a bench there you can sit on. And that's pretty cool too. It gets pretty steep in this little area because the first part on this way of the trail is the steeper part. And we go up here and it gets a little steep. And this is when you start getting around, getting into the sunlight and being able to see some views here because you're out of the ridge. And so this is what we'll go through here, going around this corner, as you can see. Now, as you go up, this is when you start being able to see the views. As you can see, the sun is coming up around this little hill. Boom, how beautiful is that? You start seeing the sun coming up. It's beautiful to do this hike in the morning. There's no shade on this part, so in the summer it gets kind of hot. You got to worry about that, but you could finally see your first views out in there. But it does get hot because there is no sun in this section. There is some parts where it is shady, but this part it's all sunny. And there's another little bench there that you could sit down on. And as you make a left, you start ascending up this hill. And this is one of the steeper parts. It starts going in pretty uphill. It's going to be a little strenuous if you haven't been on really steep hills. It's not super, super steep, but it is steep. And this is, I would figure, one of the steepest parts of the Claremont Loop. But if you're going the opposite way, it's a little bit different. This would be coming down. So you could try both ways, but this is the way I go. So this is the steep part here. As you can see, we're just walking up. It gets your heart going, get your heart pumping. It's good exercise. So that is a good thing to do to get some exercise in. And, you know, you can kind of pump along. You can go slow, whatever you want to do. And we're reaching this mile marker up here around there. It says 4 miles. So you're 1 mile in to the hike, or 4 miles in if you're going the other way. Okay, we're sitting on a bench here, just taking a little break. That steep part is pretty steep. It gets you going. But it's also a good place to look at the sunrise and the view of the city. Just catch your breath here. That's what's good about this trail. Also, it has a couple spots where we have benches. There's no water on the trail, so bring some water. There is no bathrooms, except for the beginning. So make sure you use the restroom before you get there. But yeah, we still gotta go all the way up that. As you can tell, it flattens off up there, but take a nice little break. You gotta enjoy the views. The hike isn't just about hiking. It's about enjoying the views, enjoying the time. So make sure you utilize these benches. After the bench, I kept walking along here, and as you can see, it is not as sunny. So there is a little areas you're getting blocked by the mountain to your right. But see here, it's to the right there. You do not want to go that way. That is to Potato Mountain. That's a whole different mountain. It's a longer way. It does go to a peak and comes back down, but the Claremont Loop is to the left. So you want to make sure you make a left there. A lot of people get confused there. There is a sign there that says Potato Mountain, but you want to go left because if not, you're going to be going on a big old hike to the peak. This is 3.5 miles down where you can finally get a beautiful view. As you can see over there to your left, lower left, that's where you walked already, but there's a beautiful view. And as you keep going, now we're at 3 miles. It's still a little shady right now, but later on in the day, it does get sunny on this section. It's just early in the morning and blocked right now by the mountain to your left. But you're starting to go up, but we're already 2 miles in. And now we're going up here. There'll be another split to the left. It has a gate there, so you know not to go that way. Bikers usually go that way sometimes, but no, you keep to the left. So the theme is kind of keep to the left here. And then after you go up a little bit on the hill there, this is kind of a little bit before Midway going this way, but there's a little thing here with a roof on it where people go and hang out. This is kind of like the midway point most people go and rest at. It's not the technical midway point, but this is where people chill at and look at that beautiful view there. You know, the sun's up there. You can still see it's low in the sky. But there's 2 benches here. There's one to the left, one to the right there underneath that thing. It's a good place to take some pictures. If you take pictures, sometimes the sun is in the way. But yeah, you could sit there, rest a little bit, take a break. It's really nice and cozy. It's a real good spot to just relax and look at the views and enjoy nature and just be in zen and be in peace. So a lot of people go there for rest. And there's also a bench here where you could just sit there and just look at all the views, how beautiful it is to be out there. And after you leave that spot there, this is all flat. See, now it's a real long flat spot. So this is probably the easiest part of the hike. It's not hard on your knees going down, and it's not strenuous going up. Just a nice, easy hike, flat. So that's a really good part. If you look back here, that's that rest area as we're walking away from that. And as you're still walking through that flat spot, you're going around there. There'll be another thing to the right. You do not want to go that way. Like the theme says, keep going to the left. We went to the right in the very beginning, but the next 3 times go to the left. Left, left, and left. So you go through there. And then here's my feet just walking along, having a good old time hiking. And now we are exactly halfway. This is 2.5 miles. You can look out that way towards LA area. West, that is west. It's a beautiful view right there as well, especially on a clear day. This is exactly halfway. It's just a little bit after that rest area that we just passed. Now we keep walking here. We just passed the flat spot and we get one more little uphill there. This is not that strenuous, but it is another uphill after that flat spot. And then after you go through there, after that, around that hill, you're right here going downhill towards the beginning. And now we are 3 miles in, 2 miles to go. Not too far to go. We've got 2 more miles. It's kind of like pretty easy going downhill. You know, downhill kind of hurts the knees a little bit sometimes, but that's the way we're going. We're going downhill now. See, as you can see here, we're going more downhill to there. This last 2 miles going downhill. You don't want to go on that trail down there. I don't know what that trail even is or where it goes, but you don't go on that one. You just keep going right there. And that one goes down to the parking lot where you parked at. And here we are, 1 mile to go. There is a bathroom in the background there, as you can see, where you can go to the restroom. 1 mile to go. You're still kind of going downhill there. The first part of the hike is uphill, then it flattens out, then it goes downhill. So that's pretty much the gist of it. There's a bathroom right there. You could go. And half a mile to go. Half a mile to go here. And it's pretty much just smooth sailing here. You're almost done with the hike. And as you can see, it's not too bad of a hike. It's a very easy, nice hike, 5 miles. And right here, as you could see the parking lot down. You probably have like a 1/4 mile to go. You can see the parking lot there where you parked. And you just got to go around this corner here. And you are there. And that's pretty much the end of the hike. As you can see where I'm pointing there. You just go around there, boom, bam, and you will be done. And here we are going back to the entry. This is one I said that you could go either way. I walked to to the right, but this is the end of the loop where they both connect. You could go either way. Like I said, I went towards the right in the very beginning, and you could go to the left, but they connect here, and this is the end of the trail. And you just walk out of there, and you'll be at the gate, and that's it. So there's the gate right there, and you're walking back out. There is a lady to the right there giving some information now, if she wasn't there in the morning. But there's some bathrooms there. You can go to the bathroom when you finish up, and then that's it. All right, everybody. That was the hike. Hope you guys enjoyed the description of how the hike went, and hope you learned a little bit, and come out and check this hike out. It's a really cool hike. I really love it. It's been one of my favorite hikes ever since I started hiking. And that's the end of the video, but let's get into the relive. So it shows a description of kind of like how I went, a little map of how I went. So let's get into that right now, and like and subscribe, and check out the other videos I got. Thank you.